Alright, so I'm going to look at Chapter 4, Review, Problem number 4. Now, my version of this problem has 28% of adults are likely to make a purchase during a tax holiday. We're going to randomly select 10 adults selected. And we want to find the probability, A, of exactly 2 of them likely to make the purchase, B, greater than 2 to make the purchase, and C, between 2 and 5 inclusive, likely to make the purchase. And so we're going to be looking at these combinations of things that we could possibly make purchases on. And so we want to recognize that this is a binomial distribution. We have a percentage and we have a fixed number of trials, which are the 10 adults that we have selected. The order of success doesn't matter. And so by labeling this as a binomial distribution, we'll note that our chance of success is 28% or 0.28. Our chance of failure is 0.72. These two should add up to 1. The number of trials we are doing are 10. And so we'll look at A, calculating the probability of exactly 2. Now, on the TI-84, you're lucky that you have the distributions set in here. And so what we can do is we can go into our distribution key and find our binomial PDF. And so what we want to do with our binomial PDF, so that will be, you hit the second key and you choose distribution, which is above the vars key. And that will give you a list of the different distributions that you have. You'll scroll down to A, which is called binom PDF, right? Binomial probability distribution function, and you'll hit enter. That pulls up a screen where it's going to ask for the number of trials. So in this case, our number of trials is 10, so we'll enter 10, and it'll take you down to the p-value. So you'll put in 0.28, and then in the x value, which in our case is 2. And then you'll have the option to paste, so you'll hit enter. Paste. And after all of these lines, if you hit enter, it'll scroll you down to the next one. And so you hit enter, and you'll get a screen that shows binom PDF 10, 0.28, 2. And that's what your textbook shows you for this. When you hit enter to that, it'll show you that you get the answer. I'll just put it in here. And we're rounding to 3 decimal places, so 0.255. Now, once you have this one function in here, you can use your up arrow to get back to the binom PDF, and we can change the values that we need. In fact, the only thing that's going to change is the 2. And so for B, we're looking for the probability of everything greater than 2. Well, that's the complement of everything less than or equal to 2. And so that's going to be equal to 1 minus everything less than equal to 2. And the easiest way to do that is to use the binomial cumulative distribution function. And so you get into this by the same place. You go to second and vars, and you're going to come down to the binomial CDF. So I'll just rewrite all the keys up here. You go to second and vars, which lists your distribution, and then you come down to the binomial cumulative distribution function. and your number of trials will be 10. Your p-value will be 0.28, and your x value that you're looking for everything up to is also 2, because we're looking for everything up to and including 2. And so we'll put in 10, 0.28, 2, and we'll hit enter and paste. And this returns that everything up to and including 2 is equal to 0.438. But I didn't want the 0.438, I wanted the complement of that. So for p greater than 2, I take 1 minus 0.438, and I get 0.562. And I have my probability of everything up to 2. For the last question, we're looking for the last question on this. We're looking for the probability of getting 2 through 5 inclusive. So we're looking at the sum of the probabilities of these probabilities here, including our endpoints. What's nice is we already have the probability of 2. We calculated that in the first part of the problem. And so what did we get for that? If I scroll back up here, what we get? 0.255. To get the probability of 3, I'm just going to scroll up on the calculator until I get the binomial PDF. And I'm going to bring my arrow key back and I'm going to change it. So what I do on my screen is I scroll up until I get to the binom PDF in parentheses of 10, comma 0.28. And I'm going to backspace and I'm going to replace the 2 with a 3. And I'll hit enter to that. That'll give me 0.264. I'll repeat that for 4. And I get 0.1798. Whoops, 1798. So if I round that to 3 decimal places, is 0.10. And I'm going to do that for 5 also. Come back, and I get 0.084. And now if I add all of these together, 0.255 plus 0.264 plus 0.180 plus 0.084, I get P of 2 to 5. Adding all of these up gives me 0.783. And so that's how we use this binomial distribution on the TI-84. Compare it to the TI-30.